Now more than ever, it is imperative for the CSU to exercise flexibility and rapid response versatility in new program development to remain successful in the global marketplace. Quickly evolving global competition requires the workforce to obtain cutting-edge skills and capabilities. Fortunately, the CSU possesses a powerful resource that can leverage the university system's greatest assets against both economic and marketplace obstacles. That resource exists at each campus through the extended university's programs and services. Self-supported extended education provides an agile and essential core capacity for the CSU system. By developing strategic economic opportunities in various private and public sectors, CSU campuses are maximizing extended education to support the CSU mission. That mission includes expanding overall access to affordable, high-quality education while transforming lives and communities. The self-supported extended university encourages innovative, forefront academic experimentation and collaboration, along with market-responsive program implementation. A dynamic example of productive investment in program development is demonstrated by an award-winning professional science master's program. Based on a seed funding grant from the CSU Commission on the Extended University, the program leveraged $187,500 to acquire more than $5 million from other sources. The funding launched multiple master's programs in biotechnology, a stem cell certificate program, a distinguished speakers series, scholarship funds, and online graduate courses.
The Extended University provides each CSU campus with an opportunity to reach beyond today's funding limitations to generate new, exciting programs that respond to workforce needs and larger community development needs. In doing so, self-support programs provide access at all levels of adult higher education.
Encompassing a commitment to reach a broad range of students, the Extended University offers courses to matriculated students in locations remote from the main campus, accessible primarily through the internet.
Today, the Extended University offers more than 40 fully online programs along with numerous courses and certificates. Personally, I've been teaching Extended Ed online for 13 years. For me, it's been a great chance to explore the vast array of developing digital technologies to create learning communities with students connected from across the globe.
Self-support summer sessions and special intersessions supplement state-supported courses. In other cases, delivering additional course cohorts in high-demand disciplines such as nursing serves as an option to complement state-supported programs. This year, more than 300,000 registrations have been processed for courses accessed through the Extended University.
We are the laboratory where faculty members can try out new approaches and new programs without risking the foundations of the traditional academic process. Self-support gives a boost to the cause of progressive education that is vital to everyone who wants to stay competitive in higher ed.
Many self-support programs constitute an addition to the university's regular course offerings and often serve a different population that cannot be addressed by normal general fund operations. Accordingly, a significant aspect of the Extended University's core capacity is the special ability to satisfy mid-career professionals who cannot otherwise reconnect with college to achieve degree completion. Great needs arise from working adults seeking to finish bachelor and master's degree requirements. These can be fulfilled through a combination of special sessions, condensed coursework scheduling, open enrollment, and technologically delivered program offerings. Workforce education provides vital support for post-bachelor and master's degree individuals in key industries such as healthcare. Certificate programs in health information technology and other disciplines leading to science, technology, engineering, and math, STEM-based industry partnerships solidifies campus relationships with emerging market leaders. Communities and local economies throughout the state benefit when the CSU utilizes its core capacity of self-support programs and services to enhance and advance the educational base of California's regional populations. In this way, the Extended University serves as an innovative, flexible, and responsive approach to education.
Cal State San Marcos at Temecula is thriving today as the result of an innovative, multi-organizational partnership. It is a great example of a contemporary model for the development and expansion of public higher education.
Strategic development of opportunities in the international shipping and goods movement industry in the San Pedro Bay led to the creation of certificate and master's degree programs in global logistics and a program in marine terminal operations. Those programs expanded to incorporate a Center for International Trade and Transportation, complete with federal and state grants, scholarship endowment funds, cutting-edge research into transportation and clean energy issues, and public outreach forums. Across the ocean, self-support programs facilitate international education and bring an entirely new dimension to the CSU. Many international and English language instructional programs are operated by campuses through extended education units. The CSU has many distinguished faculty and academic programs, and a long track record of accomplishment and scholarly achievement. Self-support operations provide an elastic and innovative resource for channeling the CSU's tremendous assets in new directions. While complementing and enhancing the traditional curriculum, the Extended University offers opportunities that can make each CSU campus a model of adaptability, entrepreneurialism, and community outreach. The Extended University is an essential core capacity of the CSU.